Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me here. I'm so grateful. In today's video, I want to talk about how this universe, you can call it universe, you can call it your own higher self. Different kind of people believe in different kind of labels. You can call it God. But this universe that's out there that seems to be either throwing difficult situations at you or seems to be throwing favorable circumstances at you, it's either providing a lot of abundance or it's providing a lot of lack, things being taken away, things being snatched away, and completely changing the perception of our life and our reality overnight within minutes. It can make us feel better within minutes. It can make us feel like we are having the worst life ever within a day or two. So, even while practicing manifestation, unless you have mastered the art, and actually, this also happens with master manifestors, along the way, while living your life on a day to day basis, taking care of so many things of yourself, the responsibilities, people outside of you, the outer world, we kind of forget the basic concepts that we come across and learn when we are trying to intentionally start manifesting, intentionally start materializing the kind of reality we want. So, this video is going to serve you as a reminder that this universe out there, for this video, I'm going to call it as universe, so most of the people can understand it better. It does not have a mind of its own. This is really important for you to understand that the universe does not have a mind of its own. The mind behind the workings of the universe, and this I'm talking in terms of your immediate reality, your life, not the world. Collective manifestation, what's happening around the world, is a whole different topic. I am not powerful enough or knowledgeable enough, I feel, even today, to make videos on collective manifestations. But I'm talking about you, the narrowed down version of your reality and your world. The mind behind this universe is your mind. Universe is not a separate entity. It's not something outside of you that you should see as something powerful, that you should see as something worth worshipping, worth impressing. That if I impress the universe, if I do A, B, C, D, then there's going to be some kind of approval process up there, and they are going to either reject or accept my hard work. And then they are going to sit and decide, okay, what should we give this person? Should we give some sprinkles? Should we give them the whole manifestation? Should it be easy? Should it be difficult? You feel there are hundreds of things happening after you have put out your techniques, your affirmations, you have changed your state of being, all the work that you're supposed to do. Once you feel you have done that, you feel there's like this immense process going on up there behind the scenes. There is a process going on, but it's not the process you think that is going on. No one is sitting up there. There's no separate entity working towards you or against you. When you understand this one thing, and don't forget this ever, even in your daily life when you're facing difficulties, if you can master the art of remembering this one simple fact, that the universe is not against me, the universe is not trying to play games with me, and it's the universe's wish to give me lack or abundance. When you deeply start understanding the simple fact that the power you feel is outside is actually just a reflection of your strongest beliefs, reflection of your strongest conditioning, your strongest programming, your daily internal dialogue adding up to a lot of things, that's when you will stop treating yourself, your mind, as something that's not important, something that's not contributing to something. And how much ever I use my mind, something is out there which is separate from all of us. No. In your reality, I just want you to keep a tunnel vision that what's happening outside is a reflection of my mind. So if the circumstances are not going well, my mind can change that. If things are seemingly lacking from my life, my mind can change that. If I need abundance in my life, my mind, my conditioning, and my programming can change that, because that is the universe. The universe is within you. The God is within you. We are such powerful beings. And again, here I'm talking from the perspective of your own reality, your narrowed down reality. In your daily life, unless you tap into your internal power through different ways, right? People go through these kind of awakenings spiritually. They do it through meditation. Sometimes they do realize it in their day-to-day life, but they call it as luck or coincidence. But there's so much power within you, and slowly, not something as an urgency, but slowly, if you start tapping into it and doing trials and errors, okay, take this as an easy, slow process, wanting to learn it and not really wanting to get into it to quickly get something from the outside. The way you can learn manifestation in a sustainable manner is genuinely approaching it with the intention of learning it the right way. So the universe does not have a mind of its own. Whatever you reflect strongly, which means amongst millions of your thoughts, the most dominant thoughts, the thoughts you persist in the most, knowingly or unknowingly. The unknowing ones are the dangerous ones, okay? Because a lot of times you say, no, I did not persist having this being done to me. I did not persist having a heartbreak. I did not persist someone cheating on me. I did not do these repetitions. Then why did this happen in my life? If you are seeing manifestation in this manner, you don't really know till now, till this video, that how your mind actually works. You are talking about surface level manifestations. You are just talking about the outcome and the result that's showing up in the reality. I was cheated on. I was heartbroken. I did not repeat this. I was not affirming every day I should be cheated on. Okay, these are surface level understandings. There's a lot more going on behind the scenes in your mind, in your conditioning, in your programming. Fears, doubts, belief systems, your history of dating, any past traumas, any childhood traumas, adulthood traumas, anything which could have caused any kind of situation. Now, when I say you would have caused any kind of situation, again, it does not mean that the person in your physical reality does not have to take any responsibility or accountability for their actions. As I always mention, your manifestation journey, your internal world, always has to be in a healthy balance with the external world. Who needs to be responsible in the external world will be held responsible. Who needs to be responsible in the internal world should be held responsible. So that is something you need to work on. You need to understand how to create a balance and where to shift the responsibility to what extent. If you have had a history of being cheated on and that has caused a lot of trauma to you and you end up being in the same patterns again and again. If you're someone who does recognize those patterns, even if it's at the beginning or in the middle of the relationship, and you talk yourself out of it instead of standing firm in your self-concept and the new boundaries and new standards that you set while you were single, and you promised yourself, I would not be ignoring these things in the next relationship, but you end up ignoring those things and talking yourself out of it and convincing yourself that, it might be different. I might be overthinking. It might not be this. Real life denial. If you are doing that, you are still continuing the pattern. You attract what you entertain. What your mind feels she or he is okay with this, They were okay with this in the past. This is their comfort zone, and they're going to be okay with this even if it happens again. They have a way of talking themselves out of it. If you are stuck in that kind of cycle, then you need to understand to what extent you need to take responsibility of that pattern repeating in your life, that pattern being attracted again in your life. There are going to be people responsible both in the inner and outer world. And if you do not realize where you need to step back, where you need to break the cycle and break the pattern, you're going to keep repeating the same kind of relationships and keep repeating the same kinds of habits and behaviors with every romantic partner. So the universe is just going with what's going on in your mind. It is always going to say yes. I'm always the victim, yes. That's what's going to happen. That's what is going to manifest more emotions in your body of being a victim, more thoughts in your mind of being a victim, and eventually more circumstances in your life that is going to make you a victim. I'm always in abundance. I always have things going my way. You don't even have to use these kind of fancy manifestation words. I call them as manifestation words because you see them being used in these kind of videos, and a lot of people do not resonate with those words. The words you're using, the language you're using while practicing manifestation, while practicing your affirmations should be according to your language, vocabulary, whatever you want to call it, so that it feels natural to you. You don't have to say abundance. I never use the word abundance. Only in my videos you'll see me using it because I do not resonate with this word. I do not use the word wealth. I am comfortable with the word money. So whatever you persist in a lot as a part of your daily internal dialogue, whether it's being reaffirmed by your own heart and mind, or it's being reaffirmed by people outside, or it's being reaffirmed by the circumstances outside, that is being done regularly, okay, and with a lot of belief, with a lot of persistence, those become your dominant thoughts and feelings. And that is what attracts the kind of circumstances or people you bump into. And if you change that whole conditioning, if you change the way you talk to yourself, your internal dialogue, what goes on in your mind, and persist in the new affirmations and mindset, you are going to see the changes reflecting in your reality outside, one by one, slowly, step by step. You need to keep yourself really open to those changes. You need to be mindful to appreciate each and every change, even if it's small, because that is going to snowball. It's going to build momentum from there. So, in conclusion, I want you to remember this one thing always, even if you are so caught up in your daily life, but if you face any kind of difficulty, just remember, universe doesn't have a mind of its own. The mind it's functioning through is my mind. So whatever I need to change is going to be here and not out there. And if you can remember this one simple fact out of all this manifestation knowledge out there, one simple thing, just this one simple line, it's going to keep bringing you back to the important part, which is your internal world. And once you start learning how to keep coming back to yourself, which is the main source, primary source, and not try to fix or change things in the secondary source, which is outside. Here, we should only be seeing results. Here is where the change takes place. Then you'll see a massive shift in the way you're manifesting. Especially if you're feeling stuck and stagnant, I want you to really watch this video again and try this. Try this method of learning to keep coming back to yourself and approaching manifestation in that way. You'll see a shift. If things have been stagnant, you'll see things moving very soon. Within a few weeks, you'll see major changes. Okay, so I really want you to try this out and let me know in the comment section below how this works out for you. In case you're looking for any kind of products or services, challenges, courses, membership programs, coaching, everything is linked below in the video description box. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, have a great week and take care.